Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word. We are in the book of Titus right now, and we're going to start today in chapter 3. In chapter 3 of Titus, the theme of it is the church is called to do good works. That's what the whole theme of chapter 3 is. I don't want you to get the mindset, though, that we're just supposed to do good works. There's also the whole gospel of redemption through Jesus. Okay, so that plays into it. Okay, in a big way, larger way actually. But God has also called us to do these good works, and it's just living out our Christian life, really. So today I'm going to be reading verse 1, and we're going to be focusing on that, and that is being subject to the government. Okay, and that's taken from Titus 3:1. It says this: "Remind the people to be subject to rulers and authorities, to be obedient, to be ready to do whatever is good." Okay, so you're reading this, and Paul's saying you need to be subject to the ruling authorities. Okay, and you're saying to yourself, "Oh man, we've got an ungodly government." Paul didn't mean us. Oh yes, he did. Okay, the government at that time when Paul was writing this was definitely ungodly. It was self-centered against the emperors, and they were persecuting Christians at the time, and yet Paul is saying you need to be subject to them. Okay, I want to read 3 other passages today. Also, I'm going to be reading from John 19, Psalm 103, and then also Romans 13. In John 19 verses 9 through 11, this passage is it's dealing with Pilate and Jesus. Okay, Jesus is standing before Pilate, and Pilate says, "Don't you know I have the power to have you executed?" And Jesus says, "No, I gave you that authority, and I can take it from you, give it to you, or whatever." So let me read John 19, 9 through 11. Let me find it here. It says this: "Where do you come from?" he asked Jesus. This is Pilate. But Jesus gave him no answer. "Do you refuse to speak to me?" Pilate said. "Don't you realize I have the power either to free or to crucify you?" Jesus answered, "You would have no power over me if it were not given to you from above. Therefore, the one who has handed me over to you is guilty of a greater sin." Jesus is, Pilate says, "No, don't you know I have the right to execute you or let you live?" And Jesus says, "No, the power you have is given through God. So God is over that." Also, then, I want to read Psalm 103:19. It says this: "The Lord has established his throne in heaven, and his kingdom rules over all." Rules over all, and not just a tiny portion of the world. He rules over all. Okay. The last one here, a big verse, Romans 13:1. It says, "Let everyone be subject to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God." This was written, Paul wrote this in Romans, to the Romans, okay, saying that God has established all the authorities. Okay, now he's writing to Titus here, what we read earlier. He's writing to Titus to say, be obedient to them. Okay, we need to be obedient to him because God has those things under control, and God has set up those governing authorities, okay, and allowed them to take place, and we need to be obedient to them. Okay, and if the government is saying you need to kill somebody and go against what God has told you not to, especially in this day and age when we might be meeting together as a church and the government says, no, you can't meet together as a church. Well, we're still going to meet together as a church, okay? That's the bottom line, because God has called us to do that. So anyway, but we need to be obedient to the authorities, to the governing authorities, except when it conflicts with what God has told us to do. Okay? I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and we're going to keep on going through chapter 3 tomorrow of Titus. Lord's blessing to you. We'll see you then.